It is almost clear that Jesus has to be arrested. The Pharisees and the chief priests can't take it anymore. Now they're even worried about the Romans. That if they don't do anything about Jesus and about what he's doing, the Romans are going to come and destroy them and destroy their nation. And they wouldn't want to allow that to happen to them. So the only trouble that they have here, and that trouble has to be eliminated, is Jesus. He is trouble in their midst. And if they don't do anything about him, then they will have to face the Romans. There is a high priest here who thinks different from the other chief priests and the Pharisees, and this is Caiaphas. He comes to these people and says, you see, it is important that one man should die for the nation than for the nation to die. In this statement, Caiaphas is also pointing out the reason why Jesus has to die. In our catechism, we are told that it is through the death of Jesus that we have been saved. But instead of all of us as a sinful humanity, a sinful people, being crucified on that cross, one man took that place for us, and this man is Jesus. Jesus has to die so that we are all gathered into one. And as we are gathered into one, we are all as a community, as a saved community, introduced to the mysteries of salvation that have come with the death of Jesus himself. It is important that Jesus should carry the cross for you and me. Instead of you and me carrying that cross, maybe we might not even have the energy to carry the cross, the strength to carry the cross. Maybe the cross could be too heavy for us, but Jesus would carry that cross for us so that we are saved. We are saved from the yoke of the cross itself. As Jesus is walking up that mountain with that cross, he is carrying on his shoulders that which takes away our peace, that which makes us sad in our lives, that which makes us miserable. That is what he is carrying on his shoulders. And he doesn't want to give up. If he had wanted, actually, he would have said, this is too heavy. I can't carry all the problems of humanity on my shoulders. But he doesn't do that. Even when he falls, how many times? 3 times. Jesus rises and continues to walk. All that he doesn't do in vain. He does for you and me, so that we can receive what? Salvation. Salvation from what? From sin. Salvation from these worldly problems that many times even make us to lose our sleep. Usiku so 02 kwa ugenzeleba ungapalibi pa nyumba ma problems there mine yakusha drama amamisi wanalipiri za kusukuru ma problems there mine yakusha. Those are the issues that Jesus carries on the cross. Now, as Jesus carries those things on his shoulders and is hung on the cross together with all those problems, what is our response to that gesture? What is our response to the action that Jesus does? Should we just sit and fold our arms? No. There's also our own path that we need to walk for us to grab that salvation that Jesus has won for us. We have to walk that path, sometimes which can also be difficult. Sometimes it can also be a walk up the mountain of Calvary. Sometimes it can be that hard. But we have to do that part in order for us to eventually find ourselves face to face with the salvation that Jesus already won for us. The question is, are we walking that path ourselves, or are we giving up easily? I think that the fact that Jesus walks that path before we do gives us an example of how to be strong when things are not going the way we want them to go. He gives us an example that sometimes you're going to have a cross that you carry which will make you fall right down to the ground. But you have to rise and continue the journey because you have not reached your destination. When you fall down under the weight of your cross, you have not reached your destination. It is not time for you to sit and start crying. It is not time for you to sit and lose your mind. But gather the little strength that you have left in you, rise and continue until you reach your own Calvary. And when you and I finally reach our destination, we too are going to experience our own resurrection. Resurrection from what? From the weight of the cross. Resurrection from those problems that were weighing us down. And when we experience our own glorification, resurrection from all those things, we even forget that we had to walk that difficult path for us to reach that destination. The forgetting we're talking about here is where you don't allow that darkness to still determine how happy or how not happy you should be. Because the happiness that comes from God, the happiness that God gives us after we have endured that difficult path, cannot be measured. It is immeasurable. You can't put it on a scale. You can't put it in some machine so that the machine tells you, oh, this is happiness 50%. That happiness which comes from God is immeasurable. It is infinite. It is just happiness, eternal bliss.